thank you very much. It gives me great pleasure to be here again in Abu Dhabi for attending the investment forum, and this forum is actually very, very good for our country. We are very grateful for having been invited because the relationship between Zimbabwe and UAE is growing in leaps and bounds. I can attest to that because I was here for the inaugural media congress last year. So this year we are here again to showcase what our Zimbabwe government is doing and what our people are doing. We are not here alone as the Minister of Women Affairs, SMEs and Community Development, but we are also here with the Zimbabwe Investment Development Agency so that at least they can showcase, attract all the investors who would like to come into our country. So this forum is very good for us as a country because it gives us an opportunity to showcase what we have as a country. We have natural endowments which not many countries have in this world. I think we are #1 in gold, in platinum. We're top 10 in those minerals, gold, platinum, now lithium, the new one, with incoming of with climate change and also the advantage of electric cars. We will see a lot of lithium batteries being manufactured in Zimbabwe. We are also here to find opportunities for our women who are very good at agriculture. We just finished commemorating the rural women in Zimbabwe as a day which was designated by the United Nations. And I must tell you, our women are doing a lot, especially when it comes to agriculture, manufacturing. We also have women who are in mining, women who are in also all sorts of key sectors in our country. So this one is a very good opportunity. From the ministry where I lead, our main mandate is to make sure that we promote medium, small and micro enterprises so that they may grow. We support them through a number of interventions. We do support them through funding, and government has put aside some funds to promote especially the informal women's sector in our rural areas. We also have a women's bank, which needs partners and which needs to grow so that because they have the license, which is a very good thing. The Zimbabwe government, through our president, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, is very passionate about seeing that sector growing, the SME sectors. He's also very passionate about empowerment of women because he realizes that economy issues of empowerment, when we talk about women, they are not just human rights issues. They are really economic issues. When you empower women, they empower families. And when families are empowered, you empower communities. And when communities are empowered, you eventually find a country which is very wealthy. So we are here to understand what other countries are doing, benchmarking, understanding what exactly are they doing to succeed. Just a few days ago, I've managed to meet a number of experts coming from different countries. Like yesterday, I met a bank from India, and they've successfully done very, very well in terms of really making sure that SMEs in their countries, micro especially, they all have come up and the economy is ticking. And we know that India now is becoming the 5th largest economy in the world. So that really is what we're looking at to support the SMEs, because at the moment, the SMEs in our country is bringing in 70% of GDP. And that tells you the importance of SMEs, entrepreneurship. This is what we're learning from here. And I must tell you, we're not leaving any stone unturned in terms of understanding what is that we can do as a country to make sure that our SMEs grow. We all know that most corporate companies today, they all started as SMEs. So as a country, we are aware of the fact that these SMEs should be supported. Entrepreneurship has become, I think 90% of Zimbabweans are entrepreneurs. So the importance of this International Investment Forum cannot be overemphasized, and we are very, very grateful to UNICTAD for organizing such a wonderful. Yesterday, the other thing which really was of great importance to me as a member of parliament, I've been a member of parliament for more than 15 years, 5 of those as a backbencher, and the 10 I've been in the executive as a minister of government. And I must tell you the importance of dialogue between political leaders, especially members of parliament and government and business leaders, is very critical, because that then creates the platform where business can grow. And when businesses grow, that's precisely what the government wants, to see businesses grow, because the lives of the people also grows and changes, and we uplift our people from poverty. And so that dialogue is very, very critical and important, so that we walk the talk, we sing from the same hymn book. That's what this investment is very, very key to what we're doing in my country. Well, anything which is not monitored, anything which is not communicated will not achieve the results you want. So the importance of communication cannot be overemphasized. So when we are talking about our interventions as the ministry, our interventions are also through market linkages, because whatever the women are producing needs to find a market. We are also talking about skills, so that they've got the business management skills. And what is most important today in this world is digital skills. Because if we are not going to educate our women, to train them in digital skills, then we will be discriminating them. We are all aware of the fast track of technology. And it appears by 2027, as some researchers have actually said, most of the businesses will be online. So as we go through the Media Congress, it's important to include a lot of women, also include a lot of members of parliament and government, because then the message can trickle down to all the beneficiaries in the rural areas. And our women are very eager. They are very resourceful. They do a lot of things with their hands. We do have women in my country who are in mining, as I said. And I told you, small-scale miners in my country, especially when it comes to gold, they are the ones bringing 60% of the gold which Zimbabwe produces. So that tells you that the small-scale miners are not looked down upon. This is the time to move with them, so they need to be funded, they need to find markets, they need to be educated about digital skills and issue of financial inclusion. I can't overemphasize that. And so with communication, it means the word goes round. When people know, they take advantage. The benefits will trickle to each and everyone. So the importance of the Global Communications Congress is very important to us. And we look forward to have Zimbabweans participating, especially our women, so that they can actually get a lot. I took a lot of information back home, which actually benefited us as I was heading the Ministry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services. So we look forward once again to be invited. We are very grateful to our two leaders who have really taken up the relationships between our two countries to a certain level. It started off, I was here for the Dubai 2020 Expo, and we saw how the UAE took Zimbabwe and put it right in the center of that expo, where we were showcasing it may be tourism, mining, agriculture, all those opportunities in our country. And you're aware that we do have our Zimbabwe embassy right here in Abu Dhabi. And because of the deepening of relationships and the more work which is happening between Zimbabwe and UAE, we've also found it important to open a consulate in in Dubai. So that gives an opportunity for every investor who is interested in coming to Zimbabwe. We have already a number of UAE investors in our country. We do have quite a lot of agricultural produce which is already being produced in Zimbabwe and being consumed in this country. And we look forward to even produce more, because we are gifted in terms of our climate, in terms of our soils, which are very fertile. Our agriculture is very strong. And what we need more opportunities to give to our women. If Dubai, UAE, for example, needs lettuce, our women can produce lettuce throughout the whole year, because the climate is good and the soils are good and they work hard with their hands. So that, by so doing, if they can produce what UAE can offtake, that means our women are getting even stronger and stronger, and they will eventually grow to be big business women. So the advantages are a lot. I know we are also bringing a lot of our minerals. We're looking at diamonds, at gold, which are God-given to Zimbabwe, and we are very grateful. despite the illegal sanctions which are imposed on our country by the Western world, we have actually had friends, and UAE has become actually the second biggest trading partner for our country. So we look up to increased cooperation between our countries, increased partnerships with banks, especially coming from also women. I was talking to a number of women UAE members of parliament, and I really enjoyed listening to them, the work they are doing, making sure that everything what they do is inclusive, and gender equality is part of the most important cog of any social sphere of any society. And I've seen in this country a lot of work is being done to make sure that women are empowered, women who are entrepreneurs are supported through funding, through training. So we want to continue working with UAE, and we are very grateful for the invitations to these international forums. They give us an opportunity to continue showcasing what this Zimbabwe, it's maybe a little small country with about 15 million people, but it's endowed with a lot of minerals, and the people are very educated and skilled, and they just need a little bit of support in terms of funding so that they can grow to be big corporate companies. Otherwise, we are happy to be here, and we'll always be grateful for this kind of invitations. For UN to have organized this investment forum, it's a wonderful thing, and we know there's a lot which is coming out of UN in terms of empowerment, in terms of making sure that, especially that key sector of women, and I keep emphasizing it because it's really, in Zimbabwe, 52% of our population are women, and so there's no leader who leave 52% behind. So we are continuously working hard. We also want to promote women to be in the decision-making positions. We want to make sure that our women in Zimbabwe cannot continue as job seekers, but want them to be job creators.